Alright, hey guys, Garden today, gonna show you the best assault builds for Space Marines patch version, whatever. We're on 12.1, 12.2. There's three different builds I have prepared for you guys. For all of them, I'll just quickly explain the weapon, the gun choice, I guess, which is the plasma pistol, the fire rate version. Yeah, this is just the best version to get your contested health back. There's nothing else much to say. The plasma pistol fire rate version is just really broken for getting all your contested HP back, and it still does really good damage. So that's why I'm running that. For the for the best weapon, I would say it's the balanced power fist. Now there's two other weapons that I would recommend. All the weapons are good with assault, to be honest, but I think the balanced power fist probably edges out every other weapon by a good bit. The block version is probably better for, like, surviving and just waiting for your right opportunity to land an attack, so for more defensive playstyle. While balance, you kind of just are able to spam heavy attacks and you just want to keep attacking. So yeah, I've opted for this version instead. Some people use heavy armament over following blow. I heavily disagree with that. I think for the heroic version you can use heavy armament instead, but for the balance version and block version, I guess, but we're not going to talk about that, then following blow is better. After all the balance weapons got buffed in patch 12, yeah, they're definitely the way to go for more offensive classes, which is the assault. So yeah, here you go. You want to use balance power fist. For the perks, I would say you want, depending on if you're playing with other people or solo, these perks change. So for a solo playthrough, defense mechanism is better, and I tend to play solo more, so defense mechanism is the way to go for me. But if I'm playing with other people, and if you're playing with other people, use consecutive execution, because this way you can just keep looping your melta bombs or crack grenades to get yourself out of a bad situation. For the balanced power fist, I would say overcharge and knowledge of the enemy is the best way to go. Now, I do change up the perks quite often for different weapons, but for the balanced power fist specifically, you want overcharge, and knowledge of the enemy is the one you also want to use for, well, just the power fist, to be honest. Your team perk will always be strategic strikes, because you just want, do more melee damage. You're a melee class, you want to do more melee damage. No shit. For all these perks, you're just using the jetpack dash perks together. To quickly explain what they do, so this one makes it so that you do damage to people if you perfect dash with it, perfect dodge with it, sorry. This one makes it so you do more damage when you get a perfect dodge, and this one gives you the charge back if you do a perfect dodge. And then if you miss the perfect dodge, then you can just spam attack, and various strikes will give you that charge back if you hit an enemy with that. And then for the prestige perks, we have Unyielding Oath, because you really ground pound, but whenever you do have to ground pound, this still comes up. Fortitude, because it's fortitude, having HP is good. Yeah, knockback, invincibility, protection, nothing else to say really. And then Scrabble targeting, this just helps you a little bit of tankiness, which can come up. For the other weapons, so if you don't like staying still and just like spamming heavy attacks with the balanced power fist, then you might want to use the balanced power axe, because balanced power axe helps you play more mobile. You can still do like perfect dodges out of your heavy attacks with the balanced power axe, which is like really nice, and it swings so fast that like you can you're hitting so many enemies with the high cleaving potential, and you get all your contested health back. If you're just like surrounded by a bunch of minors, you get it all back because the balanced power axe swings that quickly. Using this perk tree, same as like this is like the same perk tree everyone uses with the power axe, and essentially you're just going to be swinging at people, and you're swinging very fast, you're getting your damage in, you're getting your power waves in, you have to parry, all that good stuff. For the perks, I would recommend using Winged Fury and Active Attrition for the power axe, because this lets you get a lot of damage on people when you dash attack with the build, and you always want to like start your combo, or not, you always want to get your first attack in being the dash attack. Once again, if you're playing with other people, consecutive execution is better. I just use defense mechanism because I'm usually playing solo, and then the rest of the perks always stay the same. Now, if you want to play more defensive style, then the fencing version, the heroic power fist, is the way to go, and you want to use this perk tree where you're still doing more melee damage because it's the power fist, and since you're gun striking a lot because you're using a fencing weapon, then armor reinforcements is really nice to stay alive. And for the perk tree, you can make an argument to use heavy armament over falling blow because now you're not really going to be using heavy attacks as much, and you're just going to be spamming light attacks. So yeah, just if you just want to stay alive and like get as much survivability and defense out of your build for assault, then I would say the heroic power fist with this perk tree setup is the way to go. And obviously you use this one if you're playing with the people. So that said, I would say that assault is really strong in terms of damage. It's definitely the best melee damage in game right now by far, with all like the jump pack dash stuff. And the weapon that you can use like heavily varies, but I would say the balanced power fist is the best. But in the end, it's all personal preference. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. As I believe that's all you need to know. Peace.